I feel like I've always been comfortable with Chan. The only thing is me and him getting on the same page as to why he's calling a certain play and just the chemistry that we have. And so, you know, it's just a continuous talk leading up to the game. And even with our starters, like our drive starters, like plays that we want to go out with to start the game too. It's a continuous talk. So just me and him getting on the same page and being comfortable with the plays that we're going into the game with, I think that's very, very key.
Tua is certainly getting more into a groove in his third start. According to NFL Next Gen Stats, Tagovailoa was pressured 20% less today than he was in his first 3 appearances and was able to push the ball downfield a lot more, averaging 11.3 air yards per attempt. You could say some of that is the Chargers, who have yet to find a pass rush. It's very Jekyll and Hyde-ish to this point. But I do want to get your thoughts, Tim, on what you see between this matchup of two who seem to be future preeminent quarterbacks in the NFL, their rookie years.
Yeah, I think the future is really bright. I just kind of go back to July and August when everyone was talking about how, you know, a rookie quarterback this year was going to be faced with, you know, challenges that no one's ever been faced with before based on what the offseason looked like, what it looked like getting these guys ready, you know, the lack of practice time, how difficult it was going to be. Look, I think that the job that both of these quarterbacks have done, obviously the sample size is bigger for Justin Herbert, but think about what he's done. Herbert's come in basically because Tyrod Taylor gets injured, taking a shot before a game, and he's, you know, really been a bright spot for that football team, even though they, you know, haven't won as many games as they would have hoped to. And then you look at Tua, you know, I think that, you know, his first game out, it was like, look, they clearly had the training wheels on. But since that point, he looks like a guy that, you know, had people so excited, you know, when you watched him play at Alabama. The ability to create offense, the ability to kind of step on a throw and play quickly, and then just hearing him talk about understanding, you know, what Chan Gailey, you know, was trying to get when a play call comes in. Tua's not just thinking about it on a base level. He's trying to get to the next level. And I think that just even mentally where he is as a quarterback for a guy this young with what he went through in terms of his rehab at this point is incredible. And I think we probably need to start paying a little more attention to the Miami Dolphins, especially with how they're playing on defense.
What are your thoughts, Nick?
Look, they set up their first score with a block punt. So, look, when you can play great special teams and great defense and you turn the ball over defensively, interceptions, sack fumbles, getting the ball off the opposing team, and you can block punts. They had a great punt return that set them up for more points. So when you're winning all 3 phases, it's going to put you in a great position to be competing for the division. They're going to play Buffalo here at the end. It's going to be awesome to watch this division race with Miami. And I just think that Miami right now in the division is the best overall in 3 phases. They play well on special teams. They put the pressure on teams, and they've been able to do that consistently. And then their defense is kind of flying under the radar right now. Nobody's really talking about the Miami defense, but they have been playing really good football in the last 4 weeks.
Spoken like someone that used to play for Brian Flores.
Flo,
you know what I mean?
Smart.
I'm
He's
just
a smart
saying,
coach now.
He's certainly a smart coach. And so there it is. The Dolphins just a half a game back now of the Bills in the AFC East. I do want to go back.
But you've said even this week how some of the catches you see Hopkins make are just so wild. You see so many of them too. Where does this one even rank?
It has to be the biggest one of his career, maybe. I don't know. He's phenomenal. You know, I went out of that game last week regretting we didn't get it to him in crunch time, or try to get it to him in crunch time more. We had a good talk this week, and I've never been a part of one of those, so still kind of at a loss for words, but what a phenomenal play.
Hey, Cliff, what can you say about Kyler's game? He obviously is huge rushing touchdown to bring you back and then win the game with his arm.
Yeah, he's playing at a ridiculous level right now. I think y'all have seen it the last few weeks after that first month. Offensively, I feel like we've really settled in and mixing in tempo, and he's taking care of the ball, making great decisions, whether it's with his feet, with his arm. It's fun to watch. I mean, he's making us right on a lot of plays.
Hey, Cliff, it turned out good at the end. The 2 previous drives when you ended up going with passing the ball, was that a look? Was that because of the look that Buffalo gave you guys that forced you into the pass, or was that by design initially?
Yeah, by design. We wanted to be aggressive in that situation, try to get the ball to Hop on some one-on-ones, and got to give Buffalo credit there.
Next up, please, Cam, Bob, and Catherine.
Hey, Cliff, just what was your vantage point of the final play, and then how tough is that throw and that catch to make?
Just to get the pass off was incredible. If you watch the replay, I mean, he's running and dodging and ducking, and I didn't think he'd get it off. And then to put that type of loft on it and give him a chance, and my vantage point, I couldn't see much, but I saw the crowd go crazy and just kept asking our guys, did he catch it? And they were going nuts up top.
Cliff, how happy are you to avoid overtime the way things worked out, and how happy are you to share first place in the NFC West?
Yeah, I mean, if overtime would have been what it took, that's what we were going to do. I could tell our guys believed, and we knew we'd let some opportunities slip, obviously, to put those guys away, and you got to give them credit. They're a good team. They play hard. They're believing in themselves as well. And, you know, as far as first place goes, it doesn't mean anything on November, 15th.
This felt like kind of a weird game with all the trading field goals at the start, kind of a slow start, and then the end, I don't know, kind of felt like it was on drugs. So what would you say, just like feel of this game? Like, what do you make of how it went?
Yeah, I that's kind of how I feel. It's a good way to describe it. You know, felt like it was some back and forth, both teams kind of sputtering at times, not putting it in the end zone, and then it went crazy at the end. And you know, it's just nice to come out on top on a game that goes that way.
Let's wrap it up with the final four, please. Sierra and Kent, Richard and Josh.
You guys are on the right side of a close game. What does this do going into the shortened weekend with Seattle on Thursday?
It obviously gives us some confidence. We know it's going to be another dogfight on Thursday, and we got to get healthy and healed up quickly. And you know.